に向かってる？
ああ、それだけじゃない。かなりの大軍が後方から。
ロイド、どうするの？
クレハ、君の力を貸してほしい。
私の力？
みんなは町に危機を知らせて戦いに備えてくれ。
でも。
Alright, my friends, we gave Scooped Up by an S-Rank Adventurer another shot. Last week we talked about dropping the show, and I still have some of those feelings. They didn't completely go away, but I do think episode 5 was a much more watchable episode. I don't think it was a complete waste of time. Now, this episode did have us finding a beast girl. Her name was Karen, I think it was. I think they called her Kareha, but her name was, she said Karen. I don't quite like how it happened exactly, because they find her, Lloyd's like, hey, we're using beast magic. She's like, guilty. And then they're like, come with us, let's go save the world or something. And she's like, okay. And I was like, that's weird. She's been jailed up and used for a while, and she's just completely okay. But hey, he used healing magic, so that must be fine. But I do like the fact that there's another girl, who joined the group, and she does have ties to, I think, the Beast Kingdom or something, because at the beginning of the episode, they showed her being taken away, either by her, I'm guessing either by her brother or dad, or potentially boyfriend or fiance or something like that. But she was definitely stolen from the Beast Kingdom. So that kind of is what set the tone and what happened at the beginning of the episode. Then it was just all of Lloyd's group, getting powered up by Lloyd. There was only one time this episode where Lloyd was like, I went through training. I must have not been trained properly like you guys. And they're like, what the F are you talking about? Like, you went through hell, and I just joined the group. I didn't like that they didn't correct him once again. I don't understand the obsession the writer has with Lloyd saying X, the group saying that doesn't happen, and then Lloyd going, oh, you must mean that I was trash. And then they should be like, no. What you went through, we never went through. Like, it's not that we did some crazier training. Like, you went through something that nobody should have to go through. Like, I read a book, okay? Like, you are going through something crazy. Like, what don't you understand? Your master was crazy. Like, it just takes 20 more seconds and 3 lines of dialogue to convey that for him to get it through his skull. But there's just an obsession the writer has with just be like, I think it's better if Lloyd just stays in the dark because it's funny. It's like, what are you on? So we have that one moment. Thankfully, it didn't persist more. Then they go find the demon. They call them demons, but it just seems like guys that were trying to summon, evil stuff, and they were controlling the Beast Girl. Instead of capturing one of them to, interrogate them, they just kill everybody, which was weird. It's like, you could have not killed somebody, but they decided to kill everybody. And then, the demon breakout or the beast breakout's going to happen, and Lloyd takes the Beast Girl, and the other guys, they go to the town. That was really the whole episode, but it was watchable. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. And I think it's earned it one more episode, so last week's video got like 70 views. I'll be real. So it's like, if this video does trash too, I probably won't be back for episode 6, but if this video does, over 100, I think, hey, if over 100 people were totally interested to come back for another week. But I would say this was a 6.5 out of 10, like 6 out of 10 episode. It was watchable. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. And, we saw Lloyd's healing magic, where he talked about how he, worked on his healing magic a little bit more. We saw him boost them for speed. We saw that he has a bunch of potions in his inventory, which I thought was pretty cool. And it did introduce a new girl who's a beast girl, which does give us a new element to the story and the world and everything else. The fact that there's beast folk and what that might introduce to the story. So there is potential here. It's just, will it live up to it? I don't know. It remains to be seen. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys next week for episode number 6. This was a decent episode, and hopefully next week is as well. If not, we'll be dropping it. All right, I'll see you then. Peace.